My name is Ann Kepner. I'm an attorney here in San Jose, California, and practice in the area of personal injury at the law firm of Needham, Kepner, and Fish. One of the things I'd like to discuss today is police reports. When people are involved in accidents, usually police are called to the scene and a report is prepared. And oftentimes people think that if I've been listed as the responsible party in the police report, that I don't have a case. And I'd like to suggest to you that that's not always the way it works out. And the reason is, particularly in cases where it involves you've been injured as a pedestrian, a bicyclist, or a motorcyclist, oftentimes we find that you will be placed at fault or thought to be at fault for the accident, but the evidence, the physical evidence that's learned through the course of the case will actually point to parties other than you, the pedestrian, motorcyclist, or bicyclist. And it's also important to know that just because the officer who arrived on the scene after the accident, who writes the report, offers an opinion as to what he or she thinks was the cause of the accident, that opinion of the officer does not come into a court of law as evidence. If the officer happened to witness the accident, which doesn't happen very often, then that officer could testify as to what the officer thinks happened or why the accident happened. But in most cases, a police officer is called to an accident scene after it's occurred and writes a report based on the information gathered at the accident site. And the opinion of the officer is not evidence that's presented to a jury if a case was to go to trial. In our practice, we've represented many pedestrians, bicyclists, and motorcyclists, and often through our investigative work, using our resources, hiring experts, we have been able to show that a party other than the person who was injured or the person who died was responsible for the accident, even though the police report initially had faulted the pedestrian, the bicyclist, or the motorcyclist.